This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, speaking of acting, I wanted to talk to you about the show Vikings, as I've been watching it religiously. And I want to know, how did you get the part? I want to know where you shot it. And I want to know, how long did it take to get the accent right? And lastly, did you take anything from the set when you were done filming?
So it was my favorite show. I've always been fascinated by Vikings. And I just realized what hat I'm wearing too, by the way. This is my hometown's local lacrosse team. We're called the Northmen. And I just realized I got a Viking in my head. Anyway, so I've always been fascinated by the Viking sagas, you know, and I love the show. So I told my agents, my managers, I was like, listen, we got to keep our ear to the ground on this show, because now that Haven's done, I'm open. I can start reading for other shows and things like that now. So sure enough, a role came through and I got sent the audition, and I hired a language coach, a linguistic coach up in Toronto, just like an hour session, and just said, okay, what are kind of the main things I need to bring with me here to be able to try and at least half-ass get this accent before I do this audition. I know I'm not going to have it perfected, but like, if I can just get the main things. So she gave me some pointers. I went through on my audition and phonetically wrote everything out. So that way I could start wrapping my mind around how to pronounce this properly. As for instance, like, you don't say as, you know, S as a Z. No, it's S. So it's hard S's. It's like God. It's not God. It's God. So it almost becomes a T on the end, and that changes the O. And so did the audition, and then got the call that, you know, you got the role, and it starts next week in Dublin.
Oh shit. You started the accent right?
And we got a 6-week-old.
Shit.
So we got Lyric, and now Ruby's just been born, and I got to go to Dublin, and I can't even say when I know I'll be back. It was just, we need you. You're in this season. This season is 10 episodes. I didn't know schedule wise, like, when am I, if I'll get, like, no clue. So flew out going, honey, even before that, I was like, I don't think I can take it, Beth. Like, she goes, you got to take it. It's your dream job in terms of acting. Like, this is the show that you always wanted to get on. You got it. You got to go. To her credit, because with a 6-week-old and a 2.5-year-old,
a lot on Beth's plate.
It's a lot on her plate, you know, and she pushed me in the direction to do it. And I got over there and I quickly realized I'm not going to get home much. Okay. But if there were any gap, like if it were longer than 3 days, I'd hop on that first flight, Dublin back to Charlotte, come home, then boom. Even if I got home for a day and a half, I'd do it. I flew back and forth from Ireland over those 2.5 years, 45 times. Wow. Just to be home.
How long's that flight?
It was 8 hours from Dublin to Charlotte, and it was always a red eye, you know, and going over, and then it'd be early morning coming back, but you'd gain that time. So, but it was a slog. That part of it was a slog, and being away from the family in Ireland was could be lonely at times, but at the same time, I also love Ireland. So I tried to focus on, instead of focusing on how much I missed everything, I was like, okay, I'm here. I can sit in my condo and just miss the girls, or I can go see some of the nooks and crannies of this country and get into some of the history and try and come away with something from it, not only the dream gig aspect, but also like in terms of experience, you know, rather than just going back and crying into my whiskey at night.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.